A boy kneels in the dust of Uruk. The king stands over him. He doesn't stop. In this city, no son is left to his father, no bride to her husband. The king takes what he wants because nothing alive can stop him. His name is Gilgamesh, 2/3 God, 1/3 man, built to be perfect and ruling like someone who has never once been told no. So the people do the only thing left to them. They pray. The complaint goes up past the rooftops and past the temple, all the way to the gods who made him. Far out in the wilderness, they shape a second man from clay and set him down among the animals. He wakes with the gazelles, drinks where they drink, and has never heard the word king. His name is Enkidu. He's the one person alive strong enough to stop Gilgamesh, first as his enemy, then as the friend whose death will undo him. The wild man doesn't just live among the beasts, he guards them. A hunter finds his traps smashed to splinters and his pits filled back in with dirt and backs away in fear. To tame a wild man, Uruk sends no soldiers. It sends a temple woman, Shamhat, who walks down to the waterhole and waits, carrying the weight of the city with her. They spend 6 days and 7 nights together. When Enkidu turns back to his herd, the gazelles bolt from him. He smells of oil and bread now. He has lost the wild and gained a mind. Shamhat tells him about the city behind the great walls and the king who takes whatever he wants. Something in Enkidu hardens. He pulls on a woven cloak and turns toward Uruk. They meet at the door of a wedding house. Enkidu plants his foot and blocks the king's way in. They lock together like two bulls and slam into the doorposts until the mud brick cracks and the whole street fills with dust. Neither one can put the other down. The fight burns itself out and Gilgamesh starts to laugh. He grips Enkidu by the shoulder. The tyrant has met his equal, and for the first time in his life, he has a friend. But a king can't sit still. Gilgamesh wants his name cut into a place no man has ever reached. So he sets out for the sacred cedar forest to kill the thing that guards it, a giant called Humbaba. His mother is a goddess. Ninsun climbs to the roof of the sun god's temple, burns incense, and asks Shamash to keep her reckless son alive. Then she takes Enkidu as her own and binds the two together. 6 weeks of marching, done in 3 days. They stop at the tree line. The forest is beautiful and completely silent, the cedars older than any king. Then the guardian comes through the trees. Humbaba's face is a knot of coiled entrails looping over itself, and his roar flattens the forest. Shamash answers it. 13 winds drop out of the sky and pin the giant where he stands. Humbaba begs. He offers them every cedar in the forest. Gilgamesh hesitates, and Enkidu tells him to finish it. They cut the guardian down. They come home covered in glory, and Ishtar, goddess of love and war, decides she wants Gilgamesh for herself. He refuses her to her face and lists every lover she ever took and the ruin she left each of them in. Humiliated, Ishtar calls down the bull of heaven. Its breath rips chasms into the streets, and men drop into them by the hundreds. The brothers move as one. Enkidu takes the horns. Gilgamesh drives the blade home. Then Enkidu makes a mistake. He tears the bull's thigh loose and hurls it up at the goddess on the wall. You can kill a god's animal. You cannot throw it in their face. That night, the gods meet while the city sleeps. The decision is short and final. Someone has to pay for the cedar and the bull. It will be Enkidu. He sickens slowly. 12 days of it, cursing the day anyone brought him in from the wild. Then he goes quiet. Gilgamesh sits on the floor by the bed and waits for his equal to start breathing again. He keeps the body for 7 days. On the 7th, a worm falls from Enkidu's nose. Death stops being an idea. After that, Gilgamesh runs. He leaves the throne, pulls on a lion's skin, and walks out into open country to find the one man who never died. He reaches the mountain where the sun goes down. 2 scorpion people guard the gate. They see what's eating him, and they let him pass. Inside, the dark is total. He runs through it for hours, racing the sun, the heat pressing at his back. He comes out the far side into a garden where the trees grow gems instead of fruit. At the edge of the world, there's a tavern keeper named Cedar. She tells him plainly that no one finds what he's chasing, and he should go home and live. He won't hear it. She points him to a ferryman, Urshanabi, who carries him over the water that kills anything it touches. 1 drop is death. They cross without a word. On the far shore, he finds the old man. Utnapishtim lived through the flood that drowned the world, and the gods made him deathless for it. He asks Gilgamesh why he's working so hard to find grief. He tells the whole story. The warning that came in a dream, the boat, the flood that swallowed everything. The bird he let loose to find land. It happened once. No one is handing Gilgamesh the same gift twice. Then a test. Stay awake 6 days and 7 nights. Gilgamesh sits down and is asleep before the first day is out. As he leaves, the old man tells him about a plant at the bottom of the sea that turns the old young again. Gilgamesh ties stones to his feet, sinks, and tears it loose. On the way home, he stops to wash at a spring. A snake comes up out of the water, takes the plant, and slips off, shedding its skin as it goes. That was the last one. There won't be another. Gilgamesh walks home with nothing. He brings the ferryman up to the wall of the city he left behind. He points at the walls. Not a monument to himself, just the thing that's there. Brick laid by people all gone now, still standing. He couldn't save Enkidu. He couldn't save himself. This is what's left instead. And somewhere on the long walk back, he made his peace with it. The oldest story we ever wrote is about a king who went looking for a way to never die and learned instead how to live.